What is up, everybody? I am Steve SVU, and welcome to Week 6 of the ODL Draft League. This week, I am facing off against my good friend, Legion, owner of the Pittsburgh Pechapults. We're keeping up the trend of strong physical attacking Megas this week with Mega Mawile, who's able to intimidate me before it Megas and hit me insanely hard. Cinderace with Court Change forces me to scout out before setting any of my hazards, which can give it time to hit me insanely hard with a Scarf or Band set. Latias can cause so many issues for me should it come with a setup set with agility or weakness policy, and even if it's not running that set, it has an incredibly strong support move pool to be able to hinder me, and both Toedscruel and Revavroom do a solid job of keeping hazards off his side of the field, and be able to threaten me with status moves such as Spore and Parting Shot respectively. Floette Eternal can hit me super hard on the special side, especially if I'm in a bad position to eat some of its stab Light of Ruins, as well with it being generally fairly bulky, and while they may be the sidemen of his squad, Braviary can hit me insanely hard with a Sheer Force set, and Trevenant is able to be incredibly annoying with a potential Harvest Stall set. And of course, for his Terra captains this week, they are very interesting. Stab Terra, Hisui, and Samurott, while not the same power as King Gambit last week, it can still hit insanely hard with Terra Dark Ceaseless Edges boosted by Sharpness, and it being able to set up spikes on my side is definitely not very nice to see, especially since it can do the same thing with Sucker Punch that King Gambit did last week as well. And then free Terra Lycanroc hits insanely hard with either Terra Rock or Terra Fighting, especially when it's boosted by its Tough Claws ability. But of course, with all of his physical attacking threats around, I'm going to need one of the best defensive Pokemon out there, and that is Fizdef Gliscor. Fizdef Gliscor is one of the few Mons on his team that can eat 2 hits from just about everything on his squad, including Terra Fighting close combats on Lycanroc. Being able to set up rocks can also be huge if he isn't running Boots Court Change Cinderace, and with Earthquake I can do a sizable chunk to just about everything on his team aside from Latias, but I have knockoff for that, and Facade allows me to have solid middle ground damage option for most things on his squad aside from Mega Mawile and Revavroom. Of course, with running Gliscor physically defensive this week, I'm opening myself up to Latias and Floette, so Assault Vest Heatran is coming to the rescue, and while I am running AV, the defense investment allows me to still tank hits from Mega Mawile, and I can either trap it with Magma Storm or threaten burns with Lava Plume. Flash Cannon and Dragon Pulse hit Floette and Latias respectively, and if I manage to trap them, I can hopefully 1v1 them with the trapping damage. And while this is a lot of defense, I'm not done quite yet, because defensive D-Dance Mence is coming as well. With Terra Steel, I am never threatened by Mega Mawile after an Intimidate. I can even live a Pyro Ball from Cinderace after an Intimidate drop. And after a D-Dance, everything on his team is threatened by Dragon Claw or Earthquake. And with Leftovers plus Roost, I can hopefully keep Mence healthy to continuously threaten him throughout the game if I miss an early sweep opportunity. But now that we got that boring out of the way, time for the fun with Specs Iron Bundle. I'm running him with as much special attack as I can possibly run, while still having more speed. Terra Water lets me be able to either use Hydro Mist or perfectly accurate Water Terra Blast. I'm running Ice Beam over Freeze Dry this week because I still am able to 2-shot Hisui and Samurott, the only Mon Freeze Dry hits better than Ice Beam, unless he's AV of course. And Ice Beam generally hits everything else much stronger on his team, and Flip Turn letting me pivot as needed is always a plus. And I mentioned Bundle needed to have more speed than special attack, and that's because I'm bringing Terrain Extender Pincurchin to support it. Rising Voltage hits surprisingly hard even without investment when boosted by Terrain. Dual Spikes lets me either poison his team if he's not bringing Revavroom, or set up counter spikes that can't be court changed if he is also spiking with Samurott, and Scald lets me threaten burns on his very physical team. And finally, if I'm running Terrain this week, I simply cannot forget Electric Seed SNEASLER. With the standard SD setup set plus dual stab attacks, I can hit his entire team very hard. Throw Chop is my best move to hit Latias, and it can be a little dicey, but at +2, I'm always able to hit KO it, and I have a chance to OHKO with some chip, and thanks to Unburdened, there isn't a single Mon on his team that's able to outspeed me. But that is it for Week 6 of the ODL Draft League. Huge thank you to King Kryptonate and TNT for the prep help this week. I really appreciate everything y'all do. Of course, if you're enjoying the Draft League content and you don't want to miss the rest of this season, drop a like and subscribe. I'm hoping to hit 200 subscribers by the end of 2024, and you can help me get there. But anyways guys, time for the moment you've been waiting for. Let's get right into the battle. Alright everybody, welcome back to the battle. So we got Legion here. Honestly, this is generally what I expected. I was very 50-50 on whether or not he was going to be bringing Revavroom, mainly because, again, Revavroom is pretty solid for me to be able to get rid of any toxic spikes, as well as just being a solid poison type for him as well. It's one of the few things on his team that can reliably switch him to SNEASLER fairly well, so that's also a good reason why he brought it. I am very surprised no Latias here. I was really scared about physically defensive weakness policy agility. So him not having that is crazy good for me. But generally speaking, this team is very weak to Iron Bundle. I am 100% expecting something to be Assault Vest, whether it be Revavroom or even Hisuian Samurott I could expect. And Cinderace is either going to be a Heavy Duty Boots Court Change set, or it's going to be Choice Scarf, so I need to scout out for that. Lycanroc, I could see that being his lead, going for Lycanroc here. I could see Terra Ground, honestly. Floette Eternal, that kind of makes sense. I do kind of think that going for Kingpin, Pincurchin as my lead is probably the best answer. The only thing that it really doesn't do too well into is Terra Ground, Drill Run, Lycanroc. That's sort of like the biggest thing. So for right now, I think I'm just going to go into Pincurchin. Revavroom, okay. Makes sense. And now I'm just going to go for Rising Voltage. I have no reason to just not go for it. I love the nickname so far. Okay, that's fine. I just get damage off on this thing. Hell yeah! Okay, that is crazy good. Now I kind of want to go for Scald, but at the same time, he has no switch-ins to this. So, Parting Shot makes sense. Floette Eternal, that's damage off. Okay, that's not AV, but that is 100% max special defense. Now I just go for $5 burger, no sides. Go for Heatran. He can't hit me with anything. Minus special attack, that's not exactly awesome. I kind of want to just go for Lava Plume. I'm expecting him to switch into Samurott Hisui here. I could see him switching into Ace as well. Ace is sort of a good middle ground switch for him. But even if he switches into Ace here, that's honestly fine for me. He can't reliably switch into Revavroom for that reason. Same thing with Mega Mawile, because if he does, I go for Lava Plume, and he not only risks getting burned, but also super effective damage. And Hisuian Samurott, again, chance for being burned, so I'm going to go for that. Okay, burn. Okay, no burn. That is fine. I think I'm going to go for Urchin here. I could go for that, or I could go for Ments, and try to go for, like, a few things. That's a little bit of a 50-50. I'm not 100% sure. Judging by the fact that Cinderace is not lead, I'm kind of suspecting that it might be Court Change. He's probably just going to go for Ceaseless Edge, if I'm going to be completely honest. So I kind of just want to go for Pincurchin. Oh, okay. Well, Drill Run wouldn't have killed me anyways, because I'm max Fizdef. But yeah, it is very unfortunate to miss that, because that is pretty good damage off on me. So now I'm just going to go for Rising Voltage. Get off my damage. And then what I can do here is I can get off one spike there. And now I kind of want to go for Heatran now, as I suspect he's probably going to switch. If he switches into Ace, then I know for a fact that he is Court Change. Okay, that's fine. Now I can just Magma Storm this, trap this in, do a little bit of chip damage, and then if he goes for Drill Run, what's a good middle ground option? I think going for Ments here is good. Drop his attack, Ceaseless Edge, gets a spike up, and now he can't Court Change me. So I think I'm just going to go for, I'm not going to Terra yet, but I am going to DD. Flip turn, and he could flip turn into quite a few different things, honestly, here. Mawile, okay. Man, everything is just aim related. Jeez. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to Terra Steel and DD. There. And, yep, 35%. And now I roost up. There. And now he has no switch-ins to Earthquake. Awesome! Got rid of Mawile. That is crazy good for me right now. And since I'm at +2, okay, that is scarfed as hell. But honestly, I never get one-shot by that. So what I kind of want to do is just Earthquake. There we go. Oh, that burn. That sucks. Okay, well, whatever. Quite unfortunate, I would say, but let's go for Gliscor here. Preserve this. There we go. Now I can just go for knockoff. There. Yep, I 100% expected Scarf. Hammerot now. I think just going for Kingpin. If he goes for Ceaseless Edge again, that's fine. He has, again, no switch-ins other than Floette Eternal. Right. That is fine, mainly because then I can just go into Iron Bundle here, and Iron Bundle is able to always just click my move. So I think that's what I'm going to do, just go for Rising Voltage. He's more than likely Choice Scarf? I can't remember if I saw him switch moves. Let me look and see. Okay, so he did switch moves, so he's not Choice Scarf. So I do kind of just want to go for SNEASLER. There. And then I can just go for Close Combat. I don't have to read, mainly because Floette Eternal. I can always just go for Dire Claw. And at the very least, I just always, like, two-shot it. Okay, I one-shot it. Very good. And now I think I just win. Mainly because Lycanroc, he can hit me with Excel Rock, but even if he's, like, Choice Scarf, he can't outspeed me. The best he can do is just Terra, but he Terra Ice, so, again, one-shot. GG's, man. Like, that was a really good game. Like, honestly, I was really worried about Latias, so not seeing Latias here was really huge for me. But honestly, I really liked a lot of this stuff. Like, bringing Revavroom, I think, was very good here. Meant that I couldn't just freely click Toxic Spikes. Same thing with Floette Eternal, for that matter. Floette Eternal is kind of like the only thing that is very specially threatening on his team, aside from Latias. Maybe I would have switched out Floette for Latias if I were to make any changes. And for Lycanroc, Terra Ice is solid. Like, I don't think there's any, like... I imagine that's mainly for, like, Ments, and oh yeah, for Gliscor as well. I do kind of think either Terra Rock or Terra Fighting would have been maybe a little bit better. Honestly, I just really liked playing this game here, Legion. I always like playing against my boy Legion. Very, very chilled guy. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning into this week of the ODL Draft League. If you're liking the Draft League content, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.